The boy's arms were covered in moss, his body built from steel and concrete, and weeds even grew across his face. He looked just like an abandoned building. Suddenly, he released a blue light that pulled everyone into his memories. It turned out, he was the spirit of the building itself. Whenever people lived inside, their memories would remain, and over time those memories formed his very consciousness. What he loved most was watching a boy and girl grow up there, cherishing their laughter. But as the building was scheduled for demolition and families moved away, the memories began to fade. Slowly, he too started to vanish. If not for the boy and girl's deep longing for their late grandfather, he would have disappeared long ago.
この海はきっと僕だけが来るはずの場所だったんだよ。
When the building was torn down, spirits like him were transported elsewhere. That's why they were now drifting across the sea. Then disaster struck. The building, after a collision, began to sink. The children climbed onto a raft to escape, but the boy pushed the raft away and walked back toward the collapsing structure. The girl, recalling her grandfather's death, couldn't bear another farewell. She dove into the stormy waters, determined to stay with him. Rain poured down, thunder cracked, and the building tilted, moments away from being swallowed by the sea. Just then, a giant Ferris wheel rose from the waves, casting down a cable onto the building. Their friends had discovered an abandoned amusement park, using its buoyancy to pull the building up. The boy tied the cable firmly, and against all odds, the building began to rise, but then the cable snapped. The building plunged again, the rooftop vanishing beneath the water. Danger closed in. Memories of his friends flashed through the boy's mind. To protect them, he transformed into countless streaks of blue light, lifting them high into the sky. The storm broke. The sea calmed. They were safe.
うちの町じゃなかったんだ。
In the distance, an island appeared. Reunited with the others, they drifted closer. But the boy's body sprouted even more moss, his time running short. When they reached the shore, they discovered the island was built entirely from ruins, each ruin with its own spirit. This was the final resting place for all forgotten buildings. The boy finally understood. This was where he belonged. Tears streamed down the girl's face, but in that grief, she found her strength. She was no longer just a child who cried. The boy embraced them one last time, then turned and leapt from the building, returning to his true home. The drifting home sailed onward, countless blue lights lifting them into the sky like the legendary floating city of the clouds. And in the next instant, the light shifted. They had returned to reality.